from Brenton. Field guys number 34, Jeremy Corvella. Side guys number 62, Neil Morley. Back guys number 44, Greg Whitnall. Line guys number 9, Jeff Spencer. Down guys number 49, Craig Pinches. Umpire number 21, Francis Couture. And your referee, number 11, James Beeler. Ladies and gentlemen, I have one question. Are you ready for some football? Kick over the bounds, flag on the plate. Ball spot on the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Mustangs. That's your ball carrier brought down, number 99, Gavin Diggins.
That's how we started!
The ball carrier good for 1st down yardage. Ball spot on the Bucs 54-yard line, 1st and 10. Gain of 8 yards on the toss, 2nd down, 2. Takes the ball, carriers a flag on the play. Penalty is against Moncton. 5-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
Let's go defense, big play!
Patrick pass, top by number 11 in the ball. Brought down by number 21, A.G. Gallagher. Good for 1st down yardage. Ball spot on the Buccaneers, 43-yard line.
Sorry, can't hear you.
Well, the ball carrier blocked out by 21, A.J. Gallagher.
Memory card's full. What?
That's it, defense, do it again!
Going through the menu here.
Check it out, 11.
You're on the tight one. I mean, I can get into the menu and stuff. I'm just.
We'll go to the ball carrier.
A couple of yards.
That's good.
Gain of 4 yards.
How's the
Third
exposure?
Come on, defense!
Just the exposure. How's it looking to you?
Oh, it looks good, yeah.
Okay.
Get to the outside.
5. Riley Gabriel good for first down yardage. Ball spotted on the Buccaneers 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Into the end zone, touchdown, Moncton. Number 13, Cody Barton. Flag on the play. Penalty is against the Buccaneers. Offside. Robert is good. 10:33 remaining in the first quarter. Mustangs 7, Buccaneers no score. Those Buccaneers would like to thank today's officials for the sport of the game and for everything they do. We appreciate your dedication to the game. MSI return. Title number 8, Santiago Vincent. Ball spot on the 17-yard line, 1st and 10, Buccaneers. Gabriel head off number 30, Toro Gabriele. Tag on the play, number 92, Gabriel St. Germain. In the 4 yards on the carry, 2nd down, 6. sack. Ball forced over, recovered by the Mustangs. Number 50, Zach Cormier with a fumble recovery. Ball spotted at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10, Moncton.
Let's go, Buck! Come on! Let's go! Let's go, defense!
Pass to the intended receiver, number 23, Corey Hicks, is incomplete. 2nd down. Moncton's number 63, Hagen Douglas, the injured player. Ball handed off number 88, Cameron Morley. Time on play number 99, Kevin Dickens. Number 9, Dante Gabriele. 3rd down. Passes caught, brought down number 9, Dante Gabriele. First and 10 for the Buccaneers from the 5. Time of play, number 29, Mark Boudreau, good for first down yardage. Ball's one on the 22-yard line, first and 10. Wrapped up at number 6, Rickon Johnson. Good for another Buccaneers first down.
Let's go!
Forced fumble recovered by the Buccaneers number 30, Toro Gabrielli.
Shake it off, guys!
Second down long. Flag on the play. Time out, violation against the Buccaneers. Five-yard penalty, repeat, second down. Ladies and gentlemen, Angie's Cotton Candy is back for another Buccaneers season, serving delicious cotton candy with over 40 different flavors. They're located here behind the grandstand.
Let's go! Let's go! Go! Go!
Ball carried by quarterback number 5, Riley Gabriel. Tackle play number 8, Santiago Benson. Third down. Number 51, Jake Carley. Penalty is against the Buccaneers, too many men. Penalty has been Fine ball was spotted. On the 41-yard line, 1st and 10, Mustangs. New this year, Uber Frisbee has joined the Buccaneers home team squad. They are located at the end of the grandstand in the canteen. Ball carry number 34, Brady Morris. Tackle play number 52, Alexander Dalton. Good for first down yardage. Ball spot on the 34-yard line, 1st and 10. Morris the ball carrier. Title play number 99, Kevin Dickens, number 9, Dante Gabrielli. 2nd down and 1. Pass is caught, number 4, Mateo, ball in the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs. Have a 10-point after it's a good 2:02 remaining in the first quarter. Your score.
With 2 minutes and 2 seconds left here in the first quarter. And the time to definitely a heavy, as I said before, about the time of possession in this first quarter belonging to Moncton. So if anything, I'm sure that Dion Thomas Hodges would like to try to get a good long drive going, at least. So Vincent will get ready to tee it up here at the 45. Frazier back to receive this kick, as well as Cameron Hunt for the Buccaneers. A little bit of a short one. It's going to go to Kerstead. And Kerstead was trying to take advantage of a block there. But the best field position so far here for the Buccaneers, even though it's the second possession. They're going to start at the 47. As the wind starts to pick up here in Cole Harbor. Actually, they'll start it at the 48 after, so it's 1st and 10. I said the wind is, I mentioned, out of the south-southwest, gusting at times 27 kilometers an hour, and the kickers are having some difficulties. Gabriel will pitch it out to Toro Gabrielli up to the 52. That'll be good for about 4. They ran a little bit of an option there to the outside, and just flicked it with the wrist over to Gabrielli, sort of something that we see in the 6-a-side league this year. So it makes it 2nd and 6. And just Gabrielli in the backfield, a low snap, Riley Gabriel picks it up. Nothing goes, so he's got to call his own number. Gary, can he get in and tuck it inside? It's got to be close to the first down marker. And that will be enough there for a first down as he just gets enough. Just enough, and that's big time play on a play that was sort of blown up. That sure they had something else designed, but sometimes you have to be go with your second and third plan, and that was the case there. Took what the defense gave him and managed just to tuck inside the chain. Once again, another low snap. Gabriel pass is caught there. Solanic. Solanic should be good for 4. Was actually good for 3. Will be a 2nd and 7. So this is could be the final play here of this first quarter. Good stop. Swing over. Gabrielli with a little stiff arm and brought down by around the 44-yard line. Be third down when we come back here for the second quarter, but it was the Moncton Mustangs. Good offensive drive, and then they came up with a turnover and scored quickly after that to have a 14-0 lead after the opening 15 minutes of play. Carter, Gabriel's pass, complete. Kirstead. A short gain on that one. Down to the 37. It'll be 2nd and 6. And I'm sure that Deion Thomas Hodges would love to probably just stay out of these 2nd and long situations and do maybe 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4. But as you see, it's been beneficial for Moncton here to win first downs. Shotgun. And they'll keep it on the ground. Gabrielli, and then a flag late at the end while the players were getting up off the field here of Cole Harbour. A flag coming in late. Sometimes that could basically say that it's a late hit or unnecessary roughness. And with that, so that could be huge, and that will move it down. Unnecessary roughness, so as I said, adds 15. So they'll really get the so that helps them get the first down and sends it down the field. So Gabriel, bounce it off would-be tacklers and getting it down. Santiago Vincent, where was the last man to get a touch on Gabrielli there as he was bouncing off 2 to 3 tacklers and then finally brought down, and that's enough for a first down. As the Nova Scotia Buccaneers crowd makes some noise here at the Cole Harbour all-weather surface on a windy Saturday but beautiful spring afternoon. He's going to air it out this time, looking for Cameron Hunt, just too far out of his reach. Not sure if there was a miscommunication in the play pattern, but that was like pretty much almost more than 5 yards off the mark, but maybe also a little bit of pressure because you're starting to see that the Moncton Mustangs really good, solid 3-4 in terms of defense out there. They've sometimes not allowing Riley Gabriel really much of any time to get something set, so could a little bit of that as well. 2nd and 10. 2nd and goal to the outside. Kerstad trying, and Kerstad trying to get break the plane and couldn't there. He's looking maybe for a little bit of a extra yardage there, maybe a late hit, as he had his hands up there momentarily. Gabriel. Looked to be like a tip ball. It's up in the air it went. It sort of lets everybody do the tip drill on a Saturday afternoon from Cole Harbour. What do you say? Atlantic manages to come down with it. And as you see, one of the linemen here for Cody Davison, slow to get up here for the Nova Scotia Buccaneers. But gets up out of his own steam, so you'll like to see that. And he'll have to sit out 3 plays before returning. He makes his way to the Buccaneers sideline. This is a very huge possession here for Buccaneers. 2 times Moncton's gone down the field and taken a lot of time off the clock, has scored. So it looks to be a field goal here for Veloci, Matthew Veloci. The wind's starting to pick up and blow from sideline to sideline, so it's not going to make this easy. Tucks it in the uprights and gets it through there to make it 14-3. With 11:22 left to go here till halftime. Sometimes you may think, well, here they were down in their own zone. Maybe they should have probably gone for it. But if you have a chance to put points on the board, sometimes play the point possession. Maybe also a bit of a key situation here. And I kind of say I don't blame them for taking the ball as opposed to 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Patry and the offense back on the field. Ball to the outside. Flag looks to be going against the Buccaneers. So you take the first down yardage, add 5 on there. That's enough to move the sticks on a first down. It takes it to the 45. First and 10. Patry, all kinds of time. Gets the pass out to a couple of nice fancy moves and broke some potential tacklers. Mabo looking really good here, having his bit of a field day here with the Buccaneers defense. Good for 19 and a first down. And they're gonna go maybe sort of go up tempo here. First and 10 here for the Mustangs. Shotgun. Aired it out. And incomplete as it's swatted out of the hands there of Theo Parent. Patry there, lots of time, got it showing the arm strength. Johnson on the coverage there for the Buccaneers. You have to really like Corey Lorette's play calling here. It's been like a little bit of mixed bag, a little bit of the run, a little bit of the pass. So it's a really good offensive plan that the Mustangs have brought in. And they flick it up. Mabo flagged down late stages there. Mabo was trying to get to the outside. Josh Mosier, one of the would-be tacklers there for the Buccaneers. We'll have to wait and see what James Beeler has to say. .02 left to go till halftime. And it's a holding penalty going against the Mustangs. And they have declined it, so just one man back in the backfield here. Patry ran away. Mabo, tough yardage there on the catch and run. And then we have flags at the end here. This is probably going to drive the coaches crazy. How many flags have we seen after the end of play? About 3 or 4 in this game so far. Shula, the injured Buccaneer. He had his helmet off and was kneeled down, but he seems to be okay and making his way before the medical assistance can come, so he's going to be okay, but once again have to sit out the next 3 plays. And unnecessary roughness here against the Buccaneer. Objectionable conduct is what they're calling it, so either way it's 15 yards, so it rains, it pours here. So once again Moncton pushing down here this field. Mabo, the ball carrier. It was Javon Johnson, to be precise. Martell on the tackle there for the Buccaneers. 9:04 and counting left. And whether you want to say it is a huge stance here for Buccaneers trail by 11. Shotgun formation. There's a handoff, and not much there for Johnson. Pretty much met just as soon as he got the ball, as you saw. Landry, one of the also Buccaneers, in on that tackle there. So it brings up a 3rd down situation. Patry airing it out, incomplete. Luckily it wasn't picked off. As you saw, there was 2 white jerseys in the end zone there. Would have to scoop it off the turf, but and it has been a busy first half here for James Beeler as the flag is down once again. And wow, it's the discipline here for Nova Scotia Buccaneers must be driving Dion Thomas Hodges. I've known the Dion Thomas Hodges for like covering the school sport Nova Scotia football for a couple of years, and you've never seen a lot of his teams really have take a lot of unnecessary roughness or lack of discipline penalties. So this must be driving him probably up the wall. Seeing this, so there's been 3 times that it's been called against the Buccaneers in this first half, and that's just like given like extra yardage. So I'm sure it's something that's going to be adjusted in this for the second half. But they'd like to make the adjustment now because this is a big possession here for the Moncton Mustangs. Caden Frazier, the man that's called there for the objectionable conduct, and now this is deep down into the Buccaneer zone. So as I said, like I'm sure Dion Hodges is not going to be too happy with this lack of discipline. This is like free yardage. David Patry, the Ottawa Gigi. And the handoff. And they get it in. Cam Morley with the touchdown there for the Mustangs. And not to be a broken record, flag down on the play. It has been a busy one. The nylon has been a flying here this afternoon. Touchdown still good as the penalty declined. Offside. So 7:57 left, makes it 20-3 with the extra point still to come. And an easy chip shot, that's good. $7:57 remaining here till halftime. So the Moncton offense looking really good here. And this one, of course, we said about off the top, has won multiple Maritime Football League championships here, so look like they haven't lost a stride here to start the opening day of the season. As I said, if there's ever going to be something that's going to be really, I guess you could say, difficult for the kickers, is the wind picking up once again here, going from sideline to sideline, making kicks an adventure. Vincent kicks it off here for the Mustangs. Hunt catching it on the wind. Amos there, my apologies on that. So the last possession was pretty successful here for the Buccaneers, getting the score, but they were unable to stop Moncton from coming down. So Moncton's pretty happy sometimes maybe to go blow for blow here offensively with the big 18-point lead. So here we had to pick it up. Toro Gabrielli gets the shoulder and leans in there, the ball carrier for the Buccaneers. Santiago Vincent, the tackler there for Moncton. Good for 4. Gabriel airing it out! He had to come back for it. Amos there inside the 51 brings it down. Gangu, the tackle there on the man-on-man coverage against Noma Amos. Bailed his quarterback out, and not the easiest of throws, sort of going from sideline to sideline. He came back to the ball like you're supposed to, like a good receiver, and it brings it down. A flick over there to Higdon. Maybe not much to nothing at all there on that one. This is Kierstead, my apologies. And they might have gotten just one, so it makes for a second and a long 9. And we have a man down there for Moncton. Ball at the 52, second and a long 9 here for the Buccaneers, trailing by 18. 5:35 left to go in the second quarter. Quick pass, and it's short of the mark. Trying to go down with Soladic there, trying to scoop it up, but it was 3 feet short of it. As the ball was underthrown there by Gabriel. Makes it 3rd down. Gabriel running, airs it out, incomplete. The closest person there was Gangu there of Moncton. Once again, it's been a busy first half here for James Beeler and the officiating crew in charge of this MFL contest in Cole Harbour. This is once again a flag down. Well, I've almost got to get a count of 5 unnecessary roughness here. 3 against the Buccaneers, 2 against the Mustangs. So maybe as much as Dion Thomas Hodge is not happy about the discipline, maybe Corey Lorette isn't either, but what makes it easier here for him is an 18-point lead here. Under 5 to go here till halftime. Ball down into Mustangs territory. From their 41, 1st and 10. Toro Gabrielli. Tough yardage there, might have gotten 2. Shirt St. Germain on the tackle there. Actually good for 5, so it's a 2nd and 5, so a 2nd and manageable, as coaches would say. He was coming over, making sure he's onside. Gabriel scrambling, turning on the Jets, on the run, short pass. Incomplete. So a 3rd and 5 decision time here for Dion Thomas Hodges and the Buccaneers. 4:03 and counting. See, 4:03 to be precise. Left to go here till halftime. On the turf, flicks it out, makes something out of nothing, Solanic, but that play was doomed from the get-go as it was a worm burner there, as you saw, picked up off the turf there by Gabriel, as this snaps have been a little bit of an issue, and they had to make something up, and that's a 4th down. And the Buccaneers are more going the other way with it as opposed to downfield. So you know it's definitely going to be a punt formation here for Kirkstead and the Buccaneers. Like they're going to maybe try to send the whole heat here with Kirstead. Gets it up. He just angles it out of bounds. There was flags down. Francis Couture actually checking in here. The umpire for this one, number 21. The Moncton Mustangs offense comes back out. And Moncton's going to be penalized this time, so they're making their way down the field, so it's going to be against them. The Mustangs will have the ball on their own 29 for a 1st and 10. 3:01 left. Cam Morley, the ball carrier. I wonder if Troy Davidson is getting tired of saying flag on the play as much as the people listening here on Maritime Athletic Profiles are hearing me say it too. Because it has been a busy one here for James Beeler and crew. If we had a statistician, it would be nice to know how many flags we've had in this one. It's been a lot. So this takes the ball down to 19. Referee blows a whistle to indicate the 3-minute warning here till halftime. With 2:49 left here. Patry. Looks to be Johnson, the ball carrier here. He shakes one tackle off, and then 3 Buccaneers brought him down. Good for 4. Lots of time, aired out, incomplete. Cadogan was closing in there on the receiver there for Moncton. Not sure if that might have hindered the process of bringing that pass down for the Mustangs. Dante Gabrielli also in on the play for the Buccaneers. Aired out again! And brought down. Boy, he had to come down and taking a couple of tacklers with him. With Shalaya there was one of the tacklers there for the Buccaneers, but Theo Parrott, not the easiest of plays as it was sort of held up in the wind. As the Mustangs are going to go up tempo, no huddle here. Ball at the 48. Oh, met there. Kearley in the backfield. Stopped Johnston. Almost like was right in the backfield as soon as Johnson got the handoff. It was Kearley. So no gain on that second down. Big defensive stand here with about 100 seconds left till halftime. Hand off to Johnson again. Johnson up the gut. Cutting and strutting through some potential tackles and good enough to move the sticks. So a minute and 35 here till the end of the second quarter. Patry, lots of time. Try to get away from Kearley, getting to the outside and out of bounds. Kearley there has had some really good defensive play here by the Buccaneers on this possession for them. Chasing down the QB of the Mustangs. A minute and 16 left. Patry. Lots of protection and now turns on the Jets to the outside. Patry. Brought down by Caden Frazier, looks like. 70 seconds left. Patry, pass caught, complete. It steps out of bounds. Theo Parrott. Dante Gabriel with the force out of bounds. Morris a little bit in the backfield there for the Mustangs. Mabo caught with the catch. And once again, more orange nylon on the field here, Cole Harbor all-weather surface. Offside, the call against Moncton Mustangs. And the Buccaneers opted to push the back. Timeout, Moncton Mustangs. And yes, folks, it has just picked up wind-wise here. But I mean, this is just gusts that it won't be going on throughout the game, but it's just like will pick up every once in a while. It's made the kicking game very interesting here for the kickers. Sometimes the teams, have opted just to take the ball as opposed to kick it off after a touchdown. So, well, that just timed out just right. Play's almost ready to get back underway here. The wind sort of dying down in Cole Harbor. Patry. Lots of time, aired out, 50-50 ball. Incomplete. Dante Gabrielli pretty much foot for foot with Mabo on that one. And once again, as I said, sometimes that wind can be difficult and might have actually more aided Patry that time. But you see, it's a very, very big possession here because it's 18-point game, and if they get like another one, it could be like really hard to come back being down by 24, 25 points. Aired out again. Pass cut for Theo Parrott. Touchdown there for the Moncton Mustangs. as they add a little bit of more points here before halftime. 27-3. But the converts still to come. Vincent on here for the convert. And it's good. Pretty much an easy chip shot, making it 28-3. 40 ticks till halftime. Like a lot of these Buccaneer players are, of course, part of the privateers of the 6-a-side league. They've just won a championship recently. They had a lot of momentum coming in here, but you got to give Moncton credit. They've taken some of these players that had a lot of good momentum in that different season, different league altogether, no doubt. But there's a lot of positivity coming here with this Buccaneers team coming into this Maritime Football League season, and Moncton showing why they've won multiple championships in the past here with a really stellar first half. Amos. Near the 30-yard line. I think at the 26-yard line will be first and 10. So 36 seconds left. What does Riley Gabriel and crew have in store? Would like to get down the field, at least probably try to kick a field goal, try to come away with some points, some positivity to take away to the sidelines here for halftime. Wind picks up here at Cole Harbor all-weather field. This is, of course, the field of the multiple school sport Nova Scotia champions, the Auburn Drive Eagles, which have been coached by Dion Thomas Hodges. And he finds his team down by 25. Gabriel hands it off to Gabrielle. You've seen a lot of that in the 6-a-side league. Gets it up to the 36. That's enough for a first down. Originally, I thought he had it, dude, but they're going to say that it's just going to be a little bit shy of the mark here. It's going to be second in inches. .20 seconds and counting here. Gabriel, once again, a ball scooped to the turf here. That's really been kind of hard on the snaps here, as all of a sudden, if it's bouncing on the ground, there's breaking up the play because he has to concentrate on making sure that he keeps possession, and then the play call just goes down the toilet, to be quite honest, if you're going to be point blank. And this should be the final play here of the first half. We'll see if Gabriel takes a knee and lives to fight another day. Looks to be the case. Yep, he'll just take the snap and take a knee here so the teams will head to their benches here for the first half. A strong, dominant performance here by the Moncton Mustangs. Put 28 points on the board. And they lead this one by 25, 28-23 after the opening first half. You've been watching the Maritime Football League here on Maritime Athletic Profiles. Well, the Nova Scotia Buccaneers, it's a team that did very well in the six-a-side league. A majority of them played for the Halifax Pirates. They had a lot of momentum coming in here, but this Moncton Mustang team has come in, and they've been cooking with gas with a 25-point lead, 28-3 after the first half of play on day number one, the week number one, the Maritime Football League here at Maritime Athletic Profiles. Dan Hobson. And there has been a little bit of an update as I have moved my broadcast position here so I can see. It's been, so I can basically bring a little bit of a better call. So I'm glad to be here, glad to be doing that, and looking forward here to the second half of this one. As I said, the Buccaneers, they've got some work cut out with them. But they will start off with the ball. It will be the Mustangs that will kick it off here to start. But if there has been some highlights here for this team, Amos for the Buccaneers has had a pretty good first half here for the Buccaneers, and he's set to receive this kick. Vincent to kick it off here for the Mustangs. Marsman back here to receive the kick. So Wind once again picks up here at Cole Harbour All-Weather Service. That ball just hangs up in there. And you can see a little bit of the difficulty. Dykens had to sort of gather it up with it and went off his fingertips, and it was almost recovered there by the Mustangs, but quickly gathered up here by the Buccaneers. As I said, this wind can play tricks on it. You think that it's sort of like fall weather when you think of it. Too bad there wasn't like a sound effect when all of a sudden when that ball goes up, right? You know, and down it goes, you know, as the wind blows it down. So they'll start it off here at the 33-yard line here for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10 here. Riley, Gabriel, and crew. Gabriele in the backfield. Marsman in motion. 2 receivers on the near side. Another low snap, and Gabriel once again calls his own number. And well, you guessed it. Flag on the play. James Beeler's going to need not only his arms needed massage, but his throat as well with all these penalties here today. It's been a busy game for him. So it's just a warning. So second down, it was a loss of a couple. So a 2nd and 12 here. Gabriele. And once again, a low snap. It's been difficult here for Gabriel. Here's the pass, incomplete. Well short of Noah Amos. But the snaps here, you almost think that maybe he should start this, as crazy as it is to say, as 2026 as it is to say. Everybody seems to be in shotgun formation and back. You may want to go underneath the center if you're having difficulty, because there's been a lot of worm burners here for the snaps. So it has made offense really difficult, because it's sort of like I've had to do plan B has been Riley Gabriel. So we'll see if they can get this snap a little bit better. Gabriel aired it out. It might have been tipped. It was fluttering around like an ugly duck, but unable to be brought down, or a good chance to come up with it there. It was Ellie Seck, the linebacker out of Harrison Trimble. Trojans have the school sport New Brunswick lead in high school. That makes it 4th down, and Kerstead set to punt. Johnson, one of the 2 men back here for the Mustangs. meantime, Marsman will actually go back as well. So, you know, that definitely, with a 25-point lead, the fake probably not in the cards, but Kerstead deal with a wind going from sideline to sideline here, standing back near his 20. A good end-over-end kick. Fielded by Mylott. He gets up to the 50 into the 44-yard line on a good return, good for about 23 yards. Once again, a flag on the far sideline there. Could be coming back. And just as soon as I say that, we get the confirmation. It is coming back. Illegal block against the Mustangs. So it takes away that good return there by Mileage, and we'll set the ball back to the 31-yard line. Will be 1st and 10. And if memory serves me correct, this might be their worst field position of the day. They've had it right around the 40s, the 43, the 45, the 50s. This time, as I said, the 32, 1st and 10. Patrick hand off. Up the gut goes Johnson. Up the gut goes Morris, pardon me. Morris get 4 on that, making it 2nd and 6. See if the Buccaneers, what they set up defensively, if they're going to send the heat or. Quick handoff once again to Morris. To the outside and right to the 45-yard line. Good for 9 and a 1st down. Goes to the 45-yard line. You got to think that this is also a little bit of a tired defense here for the Buccaneers. They have it on the field a lot. This Mustang offense has had good long possessions, productive possessions, but long nonetheless. And this sort of helps with the ground game. They get it up to the 53, but man, you could almost count on one hand how many plays that we've had where there's no flag down, because once again there's a flag down. Now I may be crazy. Now if the flags are going to be on the ground that much, maybe they should actually just stay on the ground, and then when there's no penalty, pick it up. I'm just kidding, folks. But it's been a busy one for James Beeler. Kind of really hate to be a statistician in this league with the amount of penalties that are being called. How many penalties for how many yards? I'll probably give the coaches gray hair. Penalty was to Moncton, so it's going to be 5-yard penalty and making it back to the 40 where it's a 15. Jake Curley there with the tackle there on Johnson, and Curley's been good solid game defensively here for the Buccaneer. And once again, Moncton seems to be going the other way with it. So now it's going to be a 25, a 1st and 25. So 1st and 25, 11:45 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. So set up the screen to the outside, a bit of a stiff arm there. Torrey Hicks on the screen, and they get about 6 on that one. Gabrielli on the tackle. I think it's 2nd and 18 is as good for 7. 2nd and 18, this time from the 37. Three receivers here on the near side, and now they're in motion. They faked ahead. Patry aired out, caught. The catch and run very successful. Torrey Hicks. So we've seen the long game from Moncton. We've seen the running game from Moncton. The short pass game working for Moncton. Just sort of picking away, or as I said, 1st and 25 now, basically 3rd and 8. Aired out, caught up in the wind, 50-50 ball, knocked away. Cadogan had a good play. He had to come back, almost had a good chance, but if you're not going to catch it, at least knock it down. Don't tip it up in the air, because these teams are good at the tip drill. Once again, 4th and 8. Punt formation. And once again, held up in the wind. Going to be no yards. That's a pretty easy one. Should be 5 yards on top of it. But special teams that kicks in the wind, aren't they just tricky? You're doing what you're supposed to do, but you can know that the kicks are going to be like 20 yards shorter than what they intend to be. Ball at the 45 here for the Buccaneers, but it could go up to the 50 with the 5 yards added on to the no yards. Nice. Actually wasn't 5. They tacked on the 15. Takes it to the 49. Yeah, so when it's on a bounce, and that's when you get into difficulty, where it's the 5, where it gets held up in the wind, sort of like, you know, wrong place, wrong time. It's unfortunate there. It takes it to the 49 there, but this is one of the best field positions here for the Buccaneers, trailing with 9:54 left. Gabrielli, the ball carrier, he's picking him up, putting him down, up to the 40, near the 35. Sack with the tackle and brought down by the 37. 16 there on the first down carry by Gabrielli, and if he starts to heat it up, this is something Moncton's going to have to keep an eye on, because once he gets going, he can be really tough to stop, as we saw in the 6-a-side league. Good snap. Hands off, Gabrielli up the middle, nothing there this time. Funny how this sport goes. You'll get like 16 on one carry, and then the next one you get nothing. As he just ran right into a big black and red wall of the Mustangs there. Next to nothing. Gave what looked like to be 1 second and 9. Gabriel with a quick word. Lots of room, lots of time. Too far pass picked off and held on. Gangu, the defensive back, coming down with the interception. And just right inches away from his own goal line, bringing that down. Lots of time there for Gabriel, as you saw the replay there. But you throw it into double coverage, and look what happens. Is the Moncton Mustangs coming up with what I believe is their second turnover of the afternoon. And this offense back on the field once again. Now that's going to have to be one of the stories here, is the time of possession here for this Moncton offense. Really, Gabriel hasn't been really had a chance to get anything going for the fact of that hasn't been on the field a lot. There's a lot of been, 2 and outs and 2 turnovers here as we get back to live play here at Maritime Athletic Profiles. They've got so many weapons here, does Moncton. They can go with Morris or Johnson. Johnson this time, the ball carrier. Gets 9 to be a second and a long one, or a sarcastic long one. Just about ready halfway through quarter number 3. No points on the board so far. Flag down once again. And that, I think, has to be the best run of the day so far. There for Cam Morley. The Acadia Axeman of the Atlantic University Sport, if it holds up. And it will, so they take a good couple of plays here for Moncton. They started pretty much right at the depth of their own end zone and have brought it all the way up here to near the 30-yard line. Will be 1st and 10. Just one man in the backfield here for the Mustangs here on this 1st and 10. Patry, screen pass to the outside, cut. Hicks with the catch. They get 4, will be 2nd and 6. 6:43 ready. They'll go with the handoff. I believe that's Morris there, the ball carrier there. Might enough to at least get close to 1st down territory. So it makes for a 3rd and a long one. Wonder if Corey Lorette's got a play up his book here. You've got 2 chances here to try to at least get 1 yard. Maybe see if you try to spread it out and air it out here. We'll have to see here. 3rd and 1. Nope, they'll just go right with the handoff, and that'll be enough to move the sticks. Morley. Up to the 41, so that is going to be enough for a 1st down. And one of the things that this is doing here is this is eating a lot of clock. They're keeping Gabriel and Gabrielli on the sideline here. So this has been a, almost like you almost want to say picture perfect game for Corey Lorette and crew here for the Mustangs. Just have just done excellent job of clock management, time of possession management, just doing what they have to do here. Be 2nd and 4 as they get a gain of 6 on that. Bravo in motion here for the Mustangs. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground and keep the clock running. 4:39 and counting, and down into Buccaneer territory. Morris, the ball carrier, takes it to the 53 of the Buccaneers. But they got Johnson and Morris. Very impressed with them in their ground game so far. They have just eaten a lot of clock here this 3rd quarter. As I said before, no points, but flagged down here by the back judge. Greg Widnall is the back judge. It's actually Francis Couture, the umpire there. 53-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Buccaneers 53. Play blown in, so Patry has to escape, gets out of the pocket. He's got lots of real estate. Patry up to the 45, and it's met there by McNeil, brought down. Patrick calling his own number. Sometimes it was good man-on-man coverage there by the Buccaneers. Nothing there for Mustangs to really get some real estate for him to air it out, so he decided to go and call his own number. And good for 7 and up to the 46. Fan yells out big play, and it pretty much is, so they'll hand it off once again. Morris runs right in to Dalton. Dalton, who had a really good 6 versus 6 championship game at Wickwire Field a few weeks back. Made some great defensive plays, and if I remember, came up with an interception, gets his first tackle, which was sort of run over there as Morris had those legs going, and it just kept on rumbling and bumbling, and enough to get the first down. But as I said, this has to be, like I talked about it earlier, this has to be a very tired Buccaneer defensive team out on the field. Offense has been, they've only had maybe about 14 or 15 plays in this game, and the defense has been out there a lot. So give credit here to the Mustangs defense and this offense that is having a real long drive here. I think about 6 minutes taken off the clock. Pass is incomplete, will be 2nd down. Patry decides to huddle, call play up. Shotgun formation. Patry puts it up into the middle. Pass is caught for a short gain. Buccaneers saying no catch, as I say that it hit the turf. Couture's got to get together with some of his referee buddies and see what they has to say, but short gain nonetheless. A lot on the catch, I believe. say it's Theo Parrott that was incomplete. That makes it a 3rd and 10. And there hasn't been a lot of 3rd and 10s here for this Mustang team today. 1:35 left till third quarter, in the third quarter. Patrick fakes, puts it up. Incomplete, double man coverage there by the Buccaneers. Martell on the coverage. They're double team coverage, so makes it 4th and 10. And isn't that lucky? It just almost gets to be sort of like a kicking situation, and the wind sort of picks up again. But they're gonna go for it. Up by 25. 4th and 10. Patrick has to escape. Patrick escaped and brought down Jake Kearley, who I said's been having a great game here for the Buccaneers. Maybe one of the highlights so far. Gets the sack. And let's see if they could use this momentum, but that was a big, stellar defensive play. And as I've said a lot throughout, the defense has been on the field a lot for the Buccaneers. Do they have a long drive? But the thing is, they're down by 25, so they don't have a lot of time. So you may see them try to air it out a lot, and this is the thing, is that this may take the ground game with Toro Gabrielli out. We'll see what the offense has in store, what they're going to call here with 45 ticks and counting left here in the third. 1st and 10 from the 46. Dante Gabrielli. Well, I bet he was back in Mexico again after that play, because he's just got back there from having a vacation, kind of missed the 6v6 final versus Fall River, and he gets his first snap of the game and goes for a loss. Former Truro Freightliner, as well as current Dalhousie Tigers of the Atlantic Football League, the Collegiate League. Gabrielli. Oh, he has met there. Reese Martin, one of the two, as well as St. Germain, the two leaders. And Martin, who we already talked about, a former CFLer, right there. As the flag is waved in the air to indicate that is the final play of the third quarter. And if there's ever a term to use to describe this third quarter, it would have to be, and I don't know if anybody here or anybody back there has ever gone to a Kim Mitchell concert. He'd use the term, there were a whole lot of feathers and not much chicken. Well, there wasn't much in terms of points, that's the chicken, but there was a whole lot of offense there for the Mustangs. Strong on the possession, in the time of possession in that third quarter. It ate up lots of clock, so it's made it a really big hill for the Buccaneers here to climb it, as they're just set to get ready here for the fourth. And Gabrielli in relief of Gabriel, and first couple of snaps not going the way that he would like. (28-3). This is Maritime Athletic Profiles here in Cole Harbor, all-weather surface for the Maritime Football League, week number 1. Right now, the Moncton Mustangs, multiple MFL champions, showing why with a 25-point lead as we have the fourth quarter underway. Gabrielli, the ball carrier, so it's sort of like a Truro Freightliner reunion, alumni reunion in the backfield as he takes the handoff. Seck, who's had a good defensive side of the ball here for the Moncton Mustangs. One of the things in sports, it's hard to win on the road. So of course, Moncton is about 3.5 hours away. They've made the bus ride down and for a 1 o'clock game, so you know that it was an early start for them. And so leave, of course, probably get a meal along the way. So they've had a really perfect football game, we'd have to say. And one of the things that's in this so far, the second half, things sort of cleaned up. There was a lot of nylon in the first and a little bit to start the third quarter, but it's a 4th down. Kirsten to punt. Good snap, but it is off the side of the foot, and it's going to actually take a bounce back. And wow. It's not often that you get a chance to say maybe 0 to -1 on the punt, as the wind blew that one back. It was off the side of the foot and then bounced it back. I'm glad that I'm not the only one that could do a punt where it actually goes back the other way. Johnson, up the middle. Shoestring tackle once again. Jake Kearley in on the tackle there for the Buccaneers. As I said before, if there was a stat kept the time of possession, it'd be very impressive here for Moncton. Patry airs out. Lots of room. Oh, almost off the fingertips there of Bobo. Good coverage, pretty much. Cadigan, they were stride for stride with Mabu, and maybe just to bother him enough just to make sure he couldn't get it, as it just went off the fingertips. In motion there is Hicks. 3rd down, Johnson again, up the middle. Lots of real estate into the secondary of the Buccaneers. Dalton on the tackle. Riley Gaver getting some reps there as a defensive back for the Buccaneers. Up to the 26 of the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Shotgun. Patry. And the handoff. He's Malloy there. And he'll take it all the way for the touchdown. So the 3rd quarter, it had no points. It didn't take long for this one. 3:33 gone in the 4th as the Mustangs improve their lead here to 31 for the meantime, with the convert to come, 34-3. Right down Main Street. 35-3. As the wind starts to pick up here at Cole Harbor all-weather surface. Week number 1, and Moncton has really sort of, if anything, has really set like the tone here for not just this game but for the season. It's like we're going to be a tough team to beat just because they've won championships, as we mentioned, here in the Maritime Football League. So, and they've come to Nova Scotia and taken on this Buccaneer team, and they've led pretty much from the opening kick here to the third quarter with 11:27 left, and the Buccaneers just offensively today, just a little bit off its game. One of the things that's been hard for them has been the snaps, so they've been sort of low to the ground. Ford back to receive this kick here for the Buccaneers, standing around his 10. Fits it. Ford will take it. Marsman sets the tackle. Ford there. And a big tackle as Halpert gets down there on a special teams tackle there for the Moncton Mustangs. So they have had some good play across the board here, offensively, defensively, and special teams. You win all those categories, you'll probably win the game, and that's the case in point here. 32-point lead here, 35-3, 11:21. Let's see what Gabrielli and crew can do here as the sun's gone out. It's made it a little bit cooler here at Cole Harbor all-weather surface. It's funny, I'm not sure if you've ever heard this, but I mean, people have talked about May, you know, as it may snow, it may rain, it may be sunny, it may be a heat wave. That's why they call it May. A short pass. Gabrielli, good positive yardage there as he gets down to the 40-yard line on the catch and run. Once again, Sec on the tackle there for the Mustangs. Down to the 39-yard line. Good for 17 and change. 10.5 left here. Gabrielli in relief of Riley Gabriel. Screen pass to the outside. Caught. Salatic brought down by the 40. Not much there, maybe 2. Vincent on the tackle there for Mustangs. Sun returns here to Cole Harbor. .940 and counting remains. Ball at the 41. 2nd and 8. Feeling the pressure was Gabrielli. Pass incomplete. Looking for Kerstead. This defensive line here for the Mustangs, they are just getting in the kitchens of these quarterbacks here this afternoon. Hard to really make a play when you have somebody right there in your face as soon as the ball snapped. And that's the case in point. Jermaine and Martin, really good games here for them today. 3rd and 8 set up here. Toro Gabrielli, the low man back in the backfield. And hand it off to him. He goes off the gut, down to the 46. Makes it for a 4th and 4. 4th and 3. And down by 32. Dion Thomas Hodges is going to go for it. There must have been a good 7 to 8 minutes that the Moncton Mustangs had the ball offensively in that third quarter. So, and this is a 3rd and manageable, or 4th and manageable. Ford here on the near sideline. Dante Gabrielli tried to call his own number, but no deal that time. As the Moncton Mustangs do their deal or no deal banker impression, this is no deal that time. Dante Gabrielli, and they've turned the ball over on downs. As they were well short. They needed 4, and they only got 1. Taking it to the 44 of the Buccaneers would be 1st and 10. The offense, once again, start this series for the 44, 1st and 10. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson into the secondary of the Buccaneers, down close to the 35. Will be 33 to be precise, so that's good for 14. 6:27 left. Sometimes you use the pass to help out on the run, and sometimes it's the other way around. Swing out, Morris, ball carrier. Morris to the outside, trying to make for some positive yardage. Cadigan there with the force out of bounds. 5:50 left. Good for 9, 2nd and a long one. Maxim Tucker's in quarterback there, the Odyssey Olympians of the School Sport Nova Scotia, into the game here for get some reps for the Moncton Mustangs. He has the ball once again. 1st and 10. Swing out. Oh, off the fingertips. It was wide open. A lot. And sometimes once in a while, you see that open real estate and think, oh boy, I'm off to the races, but you got to catch the pigskin. And so often do you see that in the NFL, the CFL, and AUS, and the AFL. You have that open the room, but unable to bring it in. Tucker with the handoff to Morris. Morris, oh, they look like a good shoestring tackle there, but still managed to get extra yards after the potential shoestring tackle, getting it down into the red zone and making it 1st and goal. Now it is a 1st and goal. Looks to be from the 2. Tucker in behind. He's going to call his own number with the sneak. For the meantime, it's a touchdown, but we have a flag here along the near sideline. Tucker under center and takes it in. Buccaneers called for the penalty, so add another 6, making it 41-3 here. Kind of really didn't surprise me. Like, you think of it these days is that you see sometimes when it comes for the short yardage, like the third downs in the CFL, the backup quarterbacks are taking the sneaks, and this was Tucker that was into the game. He had a few plays. Probably had to make that practice a lot there throughout the warm-up to the season here today, so it's probably just sort of a matter of short yardage opportunity, so they basically called that play and was easily up the middle for the score. 42-3. Three minutes to go, so and a game that I'm sure the Buccaneers would like to probably erase from their memory. And for Moncton, it's like they've done everything right. They came out, they took a strong hold, they've held it, they've had good third quarter. Maybe nobody scored any points, but they really made it hard there, as there's the whistle there from James Beeler for the 3-minute warning. And, well, kind of surprised that hasn't happened more today with the way the wind's been, the ball blowing off the tee. It's the first one today. And why not? Somebody's after going to go and hold, so Torrey Hicks is going to hold it here for Vincent. There's the kick. It's going to be taken there by Marsman. Marsman, Ford trying to set up the block. Marsman, nothing there as the special teams with a good coming down there with making a good tackle there for the Mustangs. 2:37. Crawford came down there in special teams to make that tackle there for the Mustangs. You know, if you're the Buccaneers, you want something positive here to maybe get ready for week number 2, something to take. We'll see what Dante Gabrielli has in store here for the Buccaneers. A 1st and 10 with less than 2 to go. His brother Toro Gabrielli in the backfield. Dante on the 1st and 10. They had the option play because they had Toro Gabrielli right there side by side with him, so that if he was going to get some pressure, he may have flicked it off, but Gabrielli called his own number. Got 4 on it, so it's 2nd and 6. It was really strong play there by the Mustangs in the first half, and what I really found was the key, I think, that really determined. It was a long hill to go, but there was still some time there for the Buccaneers to get in, but they've had some quick strikes, but a long offensive possession that third quarter, ate a lot of clock and kept Gabriel and the offense off the field there, and really tired this defense of the Buccaneers. 48 seconds left, and Dante Gabrielli with some body language, not really happy with how that play turned out. So Moncton will go to 1-0 and Nova Scotia 0-1. So 21 seconds left, and this could be the final play of the game. It looks to be Gabrielli will just actually went up to his center. Maybe an adjustment on the play. So this will be the final play here of the game. Dante Gabrielli into the middle and incomplete to Selatic, and that's how this one will end. The Moncton Mustangs 42, the Nova Scotia Buccaneers 3. A very strong first half that the Moncton Mustangs had, and they carried it over there into the second half, and they're looking really good here to basically put like a little footprint and say we could be a team to be reckoned so far in this league as they go to 1-0 the Moncton Mustangs and to the drawing board for the Nova Scotia Buccaneers. So that's the story from Cole Harbour. On behalf of the entire Maritime Athletic Profiles crew, the hard-working cameramen, as well as Director Liam, my name is Dan Hobson. Thank you for tuning in, and so long you've been watching the MFL on Maritime Athletic Profiles.